In a time of deep darkness, Elijah stood alone, a man of unshakable faith. Before a nation that had turned away, he challenged their false beliefs, trusting that his God would answer. With a single call to heaven, Elijah stood firm on Mount Carmel. As the fire fell from the sky, it consumed the altar and the doubts of the people, proving the power of the living God. Weary from his journey, Elijah fled to the wilderness. In his darkest moment, he sat alone, but even here, he found that God's voice could be heard in the stillness. As Elijah's earthly mission came to an end, a chariot of fire appeared. He was taken up to heaven in a blaze of glory, leaving behind a legacy of faith, courage, and divine power. In a moment of deep faith, Elijah prays over the widow's son. With hands raised toward the heavens, he calls on God's power, and in an instant, life returns. A miracle, a gift of faith and compassion. Amidst the chaos of wind and storm, Elijah waits in silence, but God's voice comes not in the power of the elements, but in the quietest whisper, a reminder that the divine speaks even in the stillness. Elijah, nearing the end of his journey, passes his mantle to Elisha, a moment filled with divine purpose. As the torch of prophecy is handed down, the future is now in Elisha's hands. Elijah's story lives on, shining brightly through the ages. From the fire on Mount Carmel to the chariot of fire that took him to heaven, his legacy of faith continues to inspire generations. In the face of a powerful king, Elijah stands fearless. His voice, unwavering, proclaims a great drought sent by God. Dark clouds gather as the weight of his prophecy fills the air. Ahab's disbelief is clear, but Elijah's faith remains steadfast. In the humble home of a widow, hope is reignited. As famine threatens their survival, Elijah's prayer ensures their food never runs out. A miracle unfolds before their eyes as flour and oil overflow, God's provision in the hardest of times. On Mount Carmel, Elijah calls upon the true God. As fire from heaven descends, the false prophets of Baal stand defeated. The sky is filled with divine power, proving that faith in the Almighty can overcome any falsehood. With a single strike of his mantle, Elijah parts the waters of the Jordan. He and Elisha walk across on dry ground, a powerful display of God's presence with them. Elijah's journey nears its end, but his faith remains as strong as ever.